The Devils have found their next star, as Simone Nemets' recent breakout is no coincidence. Situation and design matter, and with the Devils playing into his skill set, the second overall pick is providing. Welcome in to Devils Digest. Glad that you guys are here today. So, if you didn't stay up for last night's game, I get it. It was late, 9:30 start time, wasn't the best. But what you did miss was the Simone Nemets show. Career game last night for Simone Nemets. A hat trick, overtime game-winning goal. He scored the tying goal again. Led all defensemen in ice time last night. Look, it was his best game of the season. It was, I'd go as far to say, his best game of his career. And just, a funny little stat here. He's the youngest defenseman in NHL history to have a hat trick and a game-winning goal in overtime. No other defenseman had done it that young. So when you do something in terms of goal scoring that no other player had done before, it's usually a good sign. So Simone Nemets has his career game last night. And when we go and we think about Simone Nemets' tenure so far with New Jersey, we know he's a second overall pick. Last year didn't make the team out of camp, had an injury, but wasn't necessarily excited about his situation last year. This year, expectations maybe a little bit higher. You really want to see a lot from Simone Nemets because you do know you did draft him second overall. And you draft a player second overall, by year 3, year 4, you're starting to expect them to, really make that jump and be an impact player. And, last night, Simone Nemets was that impact player. And now, when you're taking a player like that, Simone Nemets overall, there's a certain way that you have to play around them. And I think head coach Sheldon Keefe kind of said that last night. He showed the forwards how to do it. All 3 goals, he's in forward positioning, head coach Sheldon Keefe. Now, when he said that, if you saw it, he was laughing a little bit, joking around, but it's completely serious. Look, you look at defensemen who get drafted in the top 5, you're not drafting them for their defense, okay? They're not being drafted to be shutdown defensemen. You don't draft a shutdown defenseman in the top 5 anymore. You're drafting them for offense. You're drafting them to provide more offense, going up the ice. That's why you're drafting them. And if you saw Simone Nemets' goals last night, the tying goal, where is he? He's backdoor right by the post. Have you seen Simone Nemets playing back there at any point in his career? He's usually not playing that offensive game. But he's got a really nice situation here with Brad Shaw knowing how to develop younger defensemen. He developed the Kevin Shattenkirks. He developed the Alexander Petrangelos. He's developed the Zach Werenskis. He knows how to play to their advantages. And to play to their advantages, you got to do what they do well. And what Simone Nemets does extremely well is offense. He was drafted for his offense. I know we've seen the turnovers, but hey, that's what young defensemen are going to do. You go ahead and you look at the Nemets and Siegenthaler pairing last night. They outshot the opponent 25-8. That's 17 extra shots on net. So numbers like that, those are elite stats. And we know Siegenthaler, he's much more defensive. So a lot of that is coming from Nemets. And Siegenthaler, it's really nice to have that, offensive defenseman next to him. Nemets last night, that's what we saw. We saw what we thought we were getting for the second overall pick. And we saw it last night. And we've been seeing it this season. He's been trending in the right direction. The last 3 games, he's like 26-37, 22-06, 26-27. They're putting him in the 20-minute mark, letting him, if he makes a mistake, you keep him out there, you let him keep trying to, correct it, and then you get a game like that. A hat trick, overtime game-winning goal. When you get games like that from second overall picks, it gives them that confidence that, hey, if I go in here and I try to make a play and I turn it over, I'll get another chance. But we're seeing right now Simone Nemets, he's not turning the puck over as much. There's not as many turnovers. There's not as many, bad plays or plays where he's maybe out of positioning. We're not seeing that as much anymore out of Simone Nemets. So far this year, it's early, but he's already on pace for a career year. He's already set his goal total. It's already the highest it's been in its career so far. And he's 17 games into the season. And I know he scored 3 goals last night, but we're seeing he's getting rewarded for what he's doing correctly. He's playing offensive. That's what the Devils need out of Simone Nemets. That is the type of player that Simone Nemets is. We shouldn't be trying to make him into this defensive juggernaut, shutdown defensive defenseman. That's not him. He's an offensive defenseman. You want offense from Simone Nemets. And last night, for the first time, I mean, I can't even remember the last time I was watching Simone Nemets below the goal line. Simone Nemets jumping into the offense. For the most part, he's been too timid to do that. And you know what? I'm not going to go out here and say I blame him for that. I mean, when you keep getting scratched and sent down and kind of all over the place, and you know the fan base maybe is kind of in different directions, it makes sense. But when you give a player confidence and the way that he's scoring right now, it's going to bode well for him and the Devils. I mean, you give a player confidence, he's going to get results like this, and the confidence is just going to keep going up. If he keeps scoring, playing well offensively, leading the team in ice time, the confidence to play will continue to go up. And that's what we've seen so far. He scores a tying goal against the New York Islanders. He scores 3 last night. He had 3 assists in the Colorado game where he also had another 20-minute performance. When you're giving him the ice time and letting him letting him be able to be a factor, be an impact in games, you're going to get situations like this where Simone Nemec is having multi-point nights, 3 goals. I mean, maybe you're not always going to see a hat trick, but you're going to see, Simone Nemec contributing offensively. That's why you drafted him. That's what you want him to do, especially when your defense right now doesn't look good in terms of injuries. I mean, the Devils have multiple injuries. They need players to step up. And last night it was Simone Nemec. I mean, playing 26-27, led the defenseman in ice time. I mean, he was the guy that they were turning to. And that's what you want out of a player like Simone Nemec, a player that you drafted 2nd overall. You have to play around, their best potential. You have to play what they do well. And that's what Bradshaw has learned in Columbus. He learned it in St. Louis, and now he's bringing it into New Jersey. I mean, that's why I love the Bradshaw signing. I mean, you saw what he's done with defensemen in the past. He brings them from where they were drafted, and he finds that potential, and the defensemen get to it. So I was really excited with the Bradshaw signing, and you're seeing Simone Nemec right now completely, buy completely in, and he's getting all, a career year so far for Simone Nemec. I mean, coaching does matter, and Bradshaw seems like he's unlocked Simone Nemec, which will be really big for the Devils going forward. I mean, I don't even have to say that. Obviously, it's going to be big if Simone Nemec continues to keep providing offensively, helping this Devils team win, making an impact for this Devils team last night. Huge impact, 3 goals, overtime game-winning goal, youngest defenseman in NHL history to do that. So, nice stat last night from Simone Nemec. Big game from Simone Nemec, and he's been playing, much better this whole entire season. They're getting a lot more from Simone Nemec this year. The numbers in terms of time on ice are going up. Seems like the goals, assists are also all going up. Next, I guess, is putting him on the power play. I think it's definitely a situation where the Devils could do with, Dougie Hamilton out right now. So maybe that's next. But Simone Nemec, look, great game from last night from Simone Nemec. Let me know what you think in the comments. Where do you want to see Simone Nemec? I think right now with the injuries, I think you keep him with Siegenthaler. I mean, those numbers last night, out shooting them 25-8. You got to keep that together. So let me know down in the comments, where do you see Simone Nemec in the lineup? Hopefully hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys all really soon.